People ask all the time, what is SaltWrap? Where did that name come from? The name SaltWrap came from the Epsom salt-soaked bandages my mom would make to help patch up injuries I got from playing sports as a kid. That's where the name came from, but that's not what it means. SaltWrap was officially founded in 2018. I just lost my job 4 days before my wife was scheduled for a C-section to deliver our little boy, who was arriving 5 weeks early due to health complications. With a 3-year-old daughter at home and my wife on bed rest, jumping back into the job market wasn't an option. This situation forced me to pursue a dream I'd been harboring for years, which would become SaltWrap. And it's fitting because today, our mission is to help people turn their adversity into resilience. But let's rewind a bit. The story of SaltWrap actually began long before 2018. As a kid growing up in Southeast Kansas, baseball was life. The problem was, I was constantly injured. My joints and bones would break down so often, people asked me if I had a calcium deficiency, but that didn't stop me. I remember after breaking my hand during baseball season so badly that it required a metal pin to hold the bones in place, my dad fashioned a guard from an old yellow oil funnel that I could put inside my glove to protect the raw, exposed nerves from firing every time I caught the ball. Injuries and pain would plague me for my entire childhood all the way through my collegiate baseball career. But this turned out to be a gift, because it led me down the path of understanding why, at a fundamental level, I was always breaking down. And it helped me see that everyone is susceptible to the same fundamental issues: joint pain, mobility limitations, especially in middle age, and worst of all, the misguided acceptance that it's just a normal part of aging, that it's just part of life. Early on, I recognized that the available options weren't working, but I didn't know what to do about it. Fast forward to 2020, I'm still jobless. I'm working out of a 100 square foot office I built in my garage and was doing whatever I could to make ends meet. Writing, picking up freelance gigs, reconnecting with my old personal training clients. In the grand scheme of things, we were blessed, but our finances were a mess. Then I did something people thought was crazy. After years of wishing and planning, at the height of the pandemic when everything in the States was shutting down, my wife and I took our 2 young kids on a bucket list trip to Costa Rica. Not for a week or 2, but for 4 months. We rented a small apartment, enrolled our kids in a local school, and did our best to immerse ourselves in the community. I worked furiously on my laptop in the mornings, and when the summer heat became too suffocating, we got out of the apartment. We surfed, hiked, hung out at the beach, trained at open-air gyms, practiced yoga, and learned how to negotiate at the produce markets. We also visited local permaculture farms, where the main crop was coffee, but they also grew turmeric, fruit trees, beans, and other plants that help work together to replenish the soil and support the natural ecosystem. Everywhere I looked, there was this undercurrent of alignment with the natural world, especially with nutrition. I remember when I was missing my supplements back home, I met a mountain biker who showed me how to make a whole food pre-workout drink from garlic cloves, orange, and beetroot juice. After several weeks, I could feel the tension and worry that I'd been carrying around start to melt away, despite my professional life still being in shambles. And even more surprising, my body began to heal. Pain in my shoulders, elbow, wrists, and back that I'd accepted as part of my daily life was gone. For the first time ever, I felt like I was unlocking my body's true potential. Thinking back to the Epsom salt wraps my mom would make for me as a kid, I realized what I'd found in Costa Rica that had been missing from my life back in the States. Everywhere I lived back home, people and companies were operating at the outer edges of the wheel. The surface level stuff. It was all short-term quick fixes, band-aids, and temporary pain relief. And it was all out of alignment. Nobody was getting to the root cause, the pain I was feeling and seeing all around me. Not the medical industrial complex, not the fitness industry, and definitely not the supplement industry. Then it started to become clear to me. I began to see a holistic model developing in my mind, one that combined real, food-based healing nutrients with the science-based movement practices I had learned as a corrective exercise specialist. When we got back from Costa Rica, I scrapped everything I thought I knew about fitness, nutrition, pain, and injury management. I went back to the drawing board. Over time, it became more and more obvious. There was a big, ugly void in how most people, including the experts, thought about performance, longevity, and optimal human health. And for the first time, I could see a path forward. In June 2021, I self-published my first book, Built from Broken, a science-based guide to healing painful joints, preventing injuries, and rebuilding your body. Through mostly word of mouth, the book became an instant bestseller and won 4 independent publishing awards. And it continues to be a #1 bestseller today in multiple categories, including pain management and exercise for injury rehabilitation. Built from Broken was just the first step in filling the void I discovered. The second step was developing the first line of therapeutic sports nutrition formulas. I designed them not to put a band-aid on injuries and pain, but to support natural healing and repair by targeting the root causes. This integrated, natural approach resonated with active people from all walks of life. Pro sports teams and military organizations started buying our formulas in bulk to help keep their athletes and operators healthy. And it led to a wave of nutrition innovation awards, including the 2023 Sports Nutrition Product of the Year. And here's the thing, our work is just getting started. We've built an amazing team of natural health experts and passionate fitness professionals, and our vision is crystal clear now. Our mission is to show you that you are capable of much more than you realize, that all the setbacks, obstacles, and broken parts of yourself are a gift, and that when you get to the root, the surface level symptoms and pain can naturally resolve. So, if pain and injuries have held you back, I get it, but I'm here to tell you, you can come back stronger. And we can help you do that. We help you not just overcome challenges, but transform them into strength and resilience. And once you see that everything that has happened to you has actually happened for you, you'll never be the same.